Good morning, everyone. Today's reading is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be, how would they describe you to a police officer and what would you have done? So this is, to be honest, it has to be some sort of romantic or love relationship or something like that, because I'm not clever enough to adjust it. But it may, I don't know, see how it comes out. So, but that was my intention initially. So somebody you're attracted to, if they had to describe you to a police officer, how would they, what would they say, and what possibly could you have done? Probably to them. You've got 3 piles as usual. Deep cobalt? Cobalt? Russet orange and candy pink. I can't actually get to my cards, so this might be an unusual read because I'm in a different place and so I can't actually reach them. So it might feel like a bit like a strange podcast. But anyway, let's go for it. They would say to the officer that you could possibly be a surgeon or a doctor or a hairdresser, or maybe even work with metals in some sort of artistic sense. So that's how you may be able to, or they may be able to recognize you. You would have probably, with the garden there, you would be very sociable, very easy in social situations. Quite charming. You could be curvy, but there's maybe some sort of slim curviness going on there, which sounds silly. It could be that you just may have curves in the right places. And that's probably how they would describe you to the officer. Somebody who may be possibly as well quite sharp with words. You could be quite good at coming back with quick answers. You could be a bit of a flit around town, if that's the right way to say it. Somebody who's in and out of social situations and very at ease. Somebody who is always talking to somebody when you see them. And you could also as well be good at communications, I'm thinking. You're very good at communicating. So at the moment, I would say they're saying that you are some sharp-tongued con artist, to be honest. Somebody who's really good at talking, somebody who's really good at being very charming, and somebody who knows how to put other people into place with their mouth and with their words if need be. And what they would be saying that your crime is that you were their girlfriend or their boyfriend. I'm thinking also girlfriend here, to be honest, but you have got the Emperor below, so I'm just thinking it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, but it's a feminine figure. And in these cards, it normally is a feminine figure because there's a man and a woman of both. You were their sweetheart. Put it that way. You were their sweetheart, and then it ended. And it really ended. And either you left with all their money, or you were quite slippery and left without communicating. You could have finished by text message. There could have been some text, some sort of communication going on, and you could have slipped out of the situation. So that's your crime in their eyes. That you are too charming, too good with words, too sociable, and then you left them. And this person feels bruised because they always felt that they were the boss, and the arguments possibly towards the end has left them with a sense of confusion. There you go. I think that's it. Crime Busters. So you would have on your wanted poster, smooth talking con artist who broke my heart after quite a few disagreements and I thought I was boss. That type of thing. Right, pile number 1. I'm going to leave that there and I hope to see you again. Bye. Okay, hi pile 2. This is like a very strange podcast because I can't actually grab the cards, so it sounds rather weird. But that's just the way it is. It's just because I'm in a different place. Now, they would be saying to a police officer about you, if you were up for some sort of crime in their eyes, would be that you possibly could be from a different country. With the ship here, you could be from a different country. You could be dark skinned, dark haired, and very curvaceous, something exotic about you, something very different about you. There's a strength with regards to how you stand, or there's a strength in your figure, or perhaps you have wider shoulders, or if you're curvy in the right places. If you're a man, you got meat in the right places. It's that type of feeling of being packed in the right places and being strong with it. And the curvaceous feel is coming from the moon here, but there's a feeling of strength with it. So that's how they would describe you. I'm hoping not in those words to a police officer, somebody who is from another country, curvy, strong looking, exotic looking, something different about you, something quite exciting about the way that you look, and something, as I keep saying, the word exotic very much could sum you up. What you have actually done to cause a crime in their eyes, I think that you have done something. You have changed the situation with regards to their relationship with you, and you have done it either in a very secretive way, and you have basically split. Oh, I can hear birds in the roof. It's a feeling of you've made a choice and moved out, and possibly even kept the relationship a secret in some way, or your relationship has been a secret and you've moved out. And that in their eyes is a crime, because they felt that they were working on the situation, that the situation may possibly have been coming together. They saw you as lovers, and then it's the whole pumpkin has been upturned. The illusion, the relationship they thought they had with you is not there anymore, or is not quite as clear cut as it should be, because of some sort of secret. So that's what they would be saying to a police officer. I met this man or this woman who's dark, attractive, got everything in the right places, some sort of foreign, different feeling about them, something exciting. And then the relationship has basically fallen to pieces, and it's fallen through slippery fingers, where it's either been secret, and so a decision has been made, and you have removed yourself, I think, from this situation. Either you're working on something else, and the whole illusion that you have created together, and that's in a positive way, has fallen to pieces, and they thought you were this. And it's ended in, I can't do it, I'm so far away from it. There you are. I can't even see my camera in that. So that's probably what they would be saying to a police officer. Right, I'm going to leave that there. It's just a quick one today. I hope to see you again. Bye. Right, pile number 3. This is rather unusual reading because it's short and I can't get to the cards, and I do sound like I'm doing some weird podcast, but I'm just going to go through it, and I'm using different cards as well because I'm just going to do a little short reading. They would describe you to a police officer. You possibly, don't be insulted by this, it's just something because of the clouds here. You possibly could smoke, or you could be a smoker, but you could either be very scattered brain, and you could be all over the place with the things that you're saying. One moment saying something, and the other moment just being quite nervous and saying something else. There's like movement here with regards to possibly the way you communicate or the way that you come across. And in some ways as well, you could be quite fluid. So you could be quite fluid in many different ways. That is not me going to the toilet. That I'm actually in the attic, and that is the water. So there's something very optimistic about you. There's something very sort of outgoing and outgiving and bright about you. You're probably very confident. You're probably a very open person, especially with this sort of fluidity feeling I'm getting here. Then you may even have freckles. Probably with a star card here, I've got very attractive eyes. To be honest, out of all the 3 piles, you're looking extremely attractive. You're looking good. You're looking very you're just looking good. I can't really think of a word there. You're just looking good. But there's something very open about your personality. There's something very sincere, very sweet, very much Actually, this is coming to description and not what they're describing to police officer. Let me try again. This person appears very confident. They are very good at talking and they're very open, and they could probably fool you if they wanted to, because they just have that friendly, open, magnetic style of relating to people. There's something very fluid about this person. They're very shifty. They can change direction very easily. Remember, this is a police officer. This is not me being revolting to you. But there's something very beautiful about your eyes. You can get, they would say, you can get sucked into them. Don't be fooled. The next thing I'd probably say about the crime that you had committed to them is that you were at the beginning of a relationship and they were just feeling very solid, and they thought they were in it for the long haul. The relationship was flourishing. You've got the child card here. Very fresh, very... There's an air of spontaneity about it. There's an air of sweetness about it. There's an air of innocence about it. And they were feeling stable. They were feeling like the Six of Cups, really, that there was some sort of history there, some sort of connection there that they thought was quite solid. And the Lily's card could possibly be... Either you're older, or there's a sense of self-satisfaction with regards to relationship. But anyway, there has been, if they're reporting this as a crime, they would say there was a feeling of ease at this relationship on their side. I think you had basically taken what I would say the stance of, this is your last chance, this is your ultimatum. If you're not going to change, if you're not going to do something, it's the end. And that, in their eyes, was the crime, that you weren't prepared to stick with them through something because you felt that it wasn't worth it. Okay, I don't know if that rings true because it's very specific. It's a very short reading. And I'm just learning how to read these, to be honest. So it's just, there are probably multiple different ways to read them. But that's what I'm picking up from this. And these cards at the bottom. Just a little bit of fun. Hope to see you again. Bye.